Hey everybody, this is Dave Blair, and I'm out with my friend Dave. He's on his GS 900. Anyway, it's Friday, October 17th. It's 76 degrees. We're supposed to have a high of 80 today, and we're headed out to Bartlett Lake for lunch, and then we're going to go to Horseshoe Lake and check out the water going over the dam, because we've just got a deluge of water. We had a microburst and all that stuff, so it's been raining a lot and everything is full, so we're going to go down and see the water. Also curious to see how full Bartlett Lake is, but yeah, we're going to go have lunch first and then we're heading out to the dam. So we're cutting through a neighborhood we don't normally cut through, but look at some of these houses. Some of these people are doing okay for themselves. I think we're in Carefree right now. But yeah, with this kind of money, I guess you are living carefree. There's a new one being built, if anybody's interested. Alright, on to lunch. Alright, so this is one of the best roads we have in our area. The unfortunate part about living in Phoenix, Arizona is everything is flat and straight. The whole town's laid out on kind of like a grid. You almost have no curvy roads like we have here. So you got to come out of the city quite a ways until you get to some decent roads. But anyway, alright, the Cove is where we're going for lunch. But look at that view. It's really nice out here. Alright, let's not try to kill ourselves. Alright, we're coming into the lake right now. You can still see it's down a little bit. And again, we've got like a year's worth of rain about 2 weeks ago. This whole road has been washed out. It had sand on it in a lot of places. So yeah, we got a lot of water, because the last time I was here, the water level was way down. And now it looks like it's almost full. All right, just finished lunch. We're not the only ones that had this idea. The Cove. All right, getting ready to head down Horseshoe Dam Road. All right. I think the camera's okay. I think it was pointed up a little bit. So yeah, the whole road has been like this. Sprinkle a little sand on the corners just to keep the motorcyclists on their toes, I guess. But again, this is what happens when we get a big rainstorm. And this road is not the best kept road, and it turns to sand and gravel up here anyway. I've already had my rear tires slide out a little bit because of this sand on the road, so I'm being extra cautious. Oh, pothole. This is the St. Clair OHV area. That's where I took my KLR off there one night, or one day. Let me turn my stuff off. Yes. Okay. I hate that I have to stop to do that, but I have to stop to turn off my ABS. Whoa. All right. Some of these sections got some deep sand in it. And I don't have knobbies. Look at this deep sand. Uh-oh. Yeah, I do not like the deep sand. I mean, maybe if I had a dirt bike, maybe. But I do not. And this thing is, what, about 560, 570 pounds. I see Dave way in the distance. That's okay. Sandy. Well, if I wipe out, it'll make a good video, I guess. I really don't want to have to pick this thing up, though. It's so heavy. And by the way, I would have gone with a lighter motorcycle like a Transalp if it was an automatic. I really wanted an automatic motorcycle. I know this is not, this is a dual clutch transmission, not technically an automatic, but you know what I mean. It's an automatic. Yeah, this is sketchy. But yeah, if they would make a lighter motorcycle, even like I would take a 500 or 400 if they made one. Like if that, the Suzuki 4S that they just came out with, that was automatic. I would definitely look at that one. Oh, bumps. And the new Kawasaki KLE 500 that they're coming out with. Yeah, I'd like to see more on that one, but that one has potential if it's light enough. Yeah, if I could get a dirt bike that's under 300 pounds, okay, maybe 350, 300 might be asking too much, and that can comfortably do 85, 90 miles an hour, you know, without taxing the engine too much. 500cc I think would do it, but again, it's the weight that's the problem. Decent suspension, good ground clearance, automatic. Yeah, I'd buy one in a heartbeat. And the only reason I went with the Africa Twin is for the automatic. And I do like the electronic suspension on this, in that, you know, I can just switch a mode. And again, I'm in off-road mode now, and it changes my suspension compared to my road mode. But yeah, I could probably do without that electronic suspension. Like, I should have just got the base level Africa Twin with DCT, would have been fine. Yeah, this one's got a lot of bells and whistles. I don't really hardly even use that much. The last time I came out here, I didn't know it, but I was like dehydrated, and my hand kept cramping up on me. I mean, I was like just like a claw, and I couldn't straighten my fingers out to save my life. I had to pull over and drink a bunch of water. I think this is I think this is 11 miles from where we leave the pavement out here to the dam, but I'm not sure. I didn't look at my odometer either. But yeah, we're just coming into our riding season, and this is middle October, so yeah, everyone else is it's like, oh, we got to get our rides in before the snow gets here, and we're like, this is the beginning of our season. Although this summer was not as hot as it was last year, but we still had several days over 110. It's just too hot to ride. I mean, other than the heat, it was beautiful weather. It's perfect sunny days every day, and it's just too hot to ride. So, but you got to take the good with the bad, right? So we spent a lot of time in the pool, and then once the temperatures start to drop, we've got the rest of the year to ride. Alright, this isn't too bad, but I say that, I come up on this washout. Wow, look at that. By the time I get there, Dave's going to be bored of looking at the water coming over the dam. He'll be ready to go by the time I get there. But I don't know, I'd rather be cautious than have to drop the bike. This really looks sandy right here. Although the bike's not moving around that much underneath me, but it looks like deep sand. So we're going to treat it as such. I mean, we're still going a reasonable speed, about 30 miles an hour, so, you know, 25 to 30 I think is okay for this road. And these conditions and these tires and this bike. Yeah, I have no stopping power though. Whoa. Okay. It was a little loose there. I would say though, this bike seems to do better on the dirt than the Kawasaki KLR 650 that I had. Because on the 650, the sand would just grab the front wheel and yank it, you know, out of your hands. Yeah, I dropped the, or wrecked, whatever you want to say, the Kawasaki KLR 3 times, I think. And the first time I was in really deep sand, didn't hurt or anything, and it was, you know, that's the only one I didn't have on camera. And then the second time I dropped it was on my way out of Sheep's Bridge, which is on the channel. And then the third time I dropped it was on a Facebook group ride out to Bloody Basin. And the third time I think I dropped it because I was dehydrated. The second time I dropped it was because I was going too fast for the road and I didn't see the corner coming up and I was going too fast. But I haven't dropped this Honda yet, so there's that. I gotta say, I learned a lot about riding in Arizona with that KLR. It was probably a good first bike for me. I know if you watch some of my other videos, I talked about, you know, whether the Kawasaki was the right bike for me or not, but I think it was the right bike for me at the time. Because again, if I bought this first and I dropped it 3 times, I'd probably be crying a lot more because, yeah, this is a lot more money than the KLR. Yeah, I got to give them the hand and arm signal that there's nobody behind me, which is holding up no fingers, but then you got to take your hand off the handlebars, you know. Also, this year I have a tank bag on the bike, which allows me to put my water in there instead of wearing it on my back. You know, it's just a lot of weight off my shoulders when I'm not carrying, you know, 2 gallons of water. But this is the 3rd Camelback. This is the first tank bag Camelback I have. The other 2 were wearable ones, so I think we're getting close. But if you guys are out there and you're still wearing your water on your back, Man, get a tank bag and get it off your back. You'll feel a lot better, a lot lighter. All right, I got a glimpse of Dave. Okay, that 8 miles. There he is. Yeah, so BMW has a new automatic coming out, and man, they also have a new the GS F450 or something, and if that one had automatic, I would be looking at that one too. I'm just looking for a lighter off-road automatic motorcycle, and they just don't make them. Yeah, and the reason that I ride an automatic motorcycle is not because I'm lazy. It's because I don't want to have to wear different shoes to work. It's complicated because, like, if you don't ride motorcycles, you don't know. But the shifter, oh, there's some water. The shifter takes its toll on your left shoe. Okay? And oh, we got some rocks down. Wow. Yeah, the shifter takes its toll on your left shoe. And it hurts your toe if you're not wearing shoes that have the toe covered for upshifts. If you're just wearing like soft tennis shoes, sneakers, it hurts your toe when you shift. At least it did on my KLR 650. Oh, there's still a lot of water down there. That whole area is like a wetland. Yeah, so what, I ride my motorcycle back and forth to work almost every day. I check the weather. If it's not going to rain, or it's not too hot, or not too cold, yeah, kind of picky that way, but if it's a good day, I ride my motorcycle to work. And I want to wear my work shoes, which are sneakers, and yeah, again, it's just hard to shift with sneakers on, and I don't want to do it. So therefore, the automatic motorcycle it seemed to solve all my problems. I could ride it back and forth to work. I could wear my work shoes, no problem. That's a campground down there, I think. I could wear my my work shoes to work. I could ride my bike, and this thing can go off-road. It's also great for on-road. This is more of an on-road bike, but it can do it all. Now, it can't go on some of the more hardcore off-road trails that I want to do, but I don't know. It does all right. I'm pretty sure Dave knows where he's going, and he didn't turn off yet. Oh, what is this? Oh, just a puddle. Oh, I see the dam coming up on the right. I've only been out here once before. I don't know why I don't come down here more often. I mean, the road's not really bad. Alright, this is the turnoff for the dam. That guy's a legend right there. Uh-oh, I don't see any water coming over. Oh, there it is.